In the last exercise, we learned how to set up a procedure. The procedure is called a proc. Then I give it a name. I will call this one my parent proc. Then I put in a couple of parentheses in case I need to call a variable. And then I put in an open curly bracket, and Maya puts in a close curly bracket for me. How nice of Maya! So I am going to just comment this, and I'm going to say that this is my parent constraint proc. And that way I remember what this is, and I should be able to use this to copy and paste and make my point and orient procedures. So inside the parent proc, the fun thing that I'm going to do here that I haven't done before is I'm going to set up a condition. And it's a condition that we've already used. It is the if condition. So I want to say if, maybe I'll comment this out first, if the checkbox is checked, then we'll say if parentheses, and inside the parentheses, 2 backticks, then an open curly bracket, and when I press enter, Maya puts in a close curly bracket. So nice. If the checkbox isn't checked, the command is else, and then again an open curly bracket and a close curly bracket. So now I need to do 2 exciting things. The first thing that I need to do is I need to set up the thing inside this backtick to have Maya check to see whether the checkbox is checked. The command for this, again, you could look it up in your help guide, but I will give it to you here. We'll say checkbox flag query flag value, and then we put in the name of our checkbox. Mine is CHKBX. This checks for a positive value. So if maintain offset is checked, we want to run the parent constraint with maintain offset. Otherwise, we want to run the parent constraint without maintain offset. So the next thing that I need to do is source those 2 lines of code. I'll go into my constraint menu, and here's going to be the parent constraint with maintain offset checked. I'm just going to select 2 objects, hit apply, and here's my line of code. It is parent constraint mo weight 1. I'll drag that right in here. Lovely. Now I'll just go in, delete that parent constraint, select these objects again, and run the parent constraint with maintain offset unchecked. So there is that parent constraint weight 1. We'll drop that right in there next to the else. And that is my entire script. So let me test it out. I'm going to close the parent constraint window. I will delete this parent constraint, and I will make an offset between my objects. Here's my script. I will Control A to select all, and before I run it, I will type in the name of my procedure for my button. Parent proc. Okay. Control A, Control Enter. My maintain offset button is unchecked. That should cause these 2 objects to snap together when I run the parent. And it does! Let me Control Z to undo. I will check the maintain offset button, and this time when I press parent, the offset should be maintained. And it is! So that's a nice little script right there. I'll pull this up so you can see the whole thing. When you do yours, I'd like you to have 3 buttons. 1 for parent, 1 for point, and 1 for orient. They can all use the same checkbox. You don't have to make a new checkbox. You can call the same checkbox every single time. If the checkbox is checked, maintain offset will be run. If the checkbox isn't checked, the constraint will be made without maintain offset. So good luck, and I hope you can make all three of those boxes.